there in terms of what they're bringing.
That's true. That's true. But a lot of people argue, well, you know, college basketball, college football draws the most revenue, but it helps to offset the other sports. You know, whether it's women's basketball, baseball, the hockey program, track and field, volleyball. Those programs in many cases exist because of those two sports bringing in the most revenue. Gabe Salgado brings up a point earlier in the program. If the star player on the football team, basketball team, is commanding X amount of money, the guy on the lacrosse team, well, I'm the best lacrosse player in the country, so I deserve to get paid X amount of money. Although his program is only surviving because of the guy who's, you see what I'm saying? So to me, it gets really, really sticky. I'm not a big supporter of the NCAA, but I understand the structure base. And I think college is meant for everyone to get an opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity to better your future. I don't know if there's an answer. I definitely know it's not an immediate answer.
There is also an expectation aspect of what you're talking about, because if you're training your entire life to be a basketball player, football player, there's an expectation that at some point you can change that into a monetary career. Right. Where if, for example, you are a lacrosse player, I have no idea what the professional lacrosse market is or what a professional lacrosse coach, anything like that would make, but you wouldn't necessarily have the same expectations, especially because there's not even an Olympic outlet. So if you're a swimmer, you would have, you know, Olympic aspirations, sponsorships, what have you. Those type of things don't necessarily exist for a sport like lacrosse. So expectation-wise, these sports should survive, but that player wouldn't necessarily have the same professional drive that somebody who plays, I shouldn't say drive, but expectations that somebody who plays basketball, football, baseball would have, because it doesn't exist, and their expectations wouldn't necessarily be based on reality.
Yeah, but you know how people are, and we're on with attorney Alex Kosyla. He's with Leone and Kosyla in the city. Definitely check him out. But I mean, you know how things are. You know how people are. And I'll give you an example. You know, the WNBA. It's been around for about 25 years. It's a niche group. It's a niche market. But Diana Taurasi last year said, I'm not going to play at the WNBA. I'm going to go overseas and make $1 million because the girls here, the ladies here, are underpaid. There are going to be people on the collegiate level, wherever sport they're in, to say if this football player is getting paid X amount of money or this basketball player is getting paid X amount of money, hey, I'm the top in my sport. And I use lacrosse as an example, but you know somebody's going to come out, and now you're going to talk about agents and getting involved and say, hey, my client or my, you know, he deserves, she deserves X amount of money because of the attention, the attraction, and of course television starts to play a role. So that's why to me it gets a little really, really sticky if you start trying to venture down that road, because as you said, what's relevant, you know? And you think it's a sticky situation now? Boy, it's really going to get ugly. It really, really is going to get ugly. The other thing I don't like is the fact that these coaches are making 7 figures. I think that's a big problem. Do you guys have any thoughts?
Well, I mean, the cost of coaches has been rising for years, and
but 7 figures? You're the highest. That's
unfortunately the current.
A lot of these
right
guys
now
are the highest paid in the state.
Right. I mean,
coaching basketball.
I mean, what can you do about it? The school's dishing out the money, you know.
Or the boosters.
That a little bit of both.
Let me tell you something. I know I weigh $1,000. Sorry, but John Calipari, his suits. I mean, come on now, man. Talk about that's the problem.
He probably has a tailor on staff.
Maybe somebody probably pays for that.
Hey, Danny, in the locker room, we go, oh man, my cuff came out my pants. Okay, can you take care of that at the half? I mean, come on now. To me, that's where it's really ridiculous. That's where it really, really gets ridiculous. When you talk about a kid supposedly can't, you know, buy a pizza for himself, or anyone else can really buy it for him, but your coach is sporting, you know, $1,000 suits and, you know, seven-figure salaries. Man, come on there. To me, that's the real problem.
The question I have for you, obviously the NCAA is caught up in the middle of this. You being a lawyer, are they better off trying to change now, or should they wait till the investigation is complete? What would your opinion on that be?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that one, to be honest, because whether or not they change now or after the fact, regardless, they'd still be admitting that there was a problem that they had to address to begin with. So I'm usually a fan of addressing things as quickly as you realize there's a problem, as opposed to later. So if I had to pick one or the other, I would choose if they were going to make reforms sooner than later.
And it is a little bit of a stick situation. So do you want someone else to make changes for you? You want to be proactive? Do you want to admit is there guilt, or is there
Well, there probably isn't any guilt, because they've created the structure that they've thrived in. I mean, they set the game up for themselves with the rules to their advantage, so I doubt there'd be any guilt. But in terms of people finally shedding light and awareness on, what the situation actually is and what the shortcomings of the current situation are, that's something that, regardless of whether or not they feel guilt, which once again they probably don't because they're the ones who created the game, is something that they should change sooner than later. And just to go back to the coaches' salaries in terms of what you were talking about, that also does go back to relativity and whether or not the players should be getting more, and the coaches as well. There's still an enormous amount of money that someone should be getting in this situation. They just have to figure out how to equally distribute it to the people who actually account for that money, because we're sort of at a point where the people who have less important jobs in terms of just like the social interactions of society make the most amount of money. There's no reason a coach should be making seven figures and a school teacher making $40,000. So any way that they can change that dynamic of how money is distributed, especially at the educational level, that should be taken into account, but also so should the relativity aspect of how much money these coaches and these programs actually bring in.
Yeah. You remember when that reporter asked Jim Calhoun after a game about him being the highest paid state employee, and he mentioned, I don't know how much money that he brings, that his program brings into the university.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, which was fair.
Yeah, and
on his end, but it's also a fair question. It's bad timing.
Exactly, it's a fair question. We're going to take a short time out here, and we appreciate you joining us on the program. But I mean, it's the same with Nick Saban, right? In Alabama, he just signed a 10-year deal for what?
He's probably the highest paid coach in the country of any sport.
Right, but think of the money that he generates for the university. Think of, high profile, high pressure.
And it's a school with tradition in football that he helped reestablish,
right,
because it had some leaner years.
Right, exactly. And it's not an easy task, for sure. It's not an easy task. So yeah, I get it, but it's just
Ultimately, I just wonder what happens to the idea of student athlete, or does the NCAA become a minor league? How do you associate? I play for a university, but I'm not really at the university. Well, the university run a farm team. I mean, what is it then? I don't know what it is.
But it's the same as fine arts. So if I'm a musician, and I sing and I want to the lyric opera, I'm going to pay my way in that step, and the same should be applied. And you remember Andy Katzenmoyer? He said, "I came here to play football." The kid at USC, the quarterback. We didn't get a chance to talk about the combine, but what did he say? Rosen. He said, "Hey, I'm here to play football. I'm not here to go to school." I mean, there's athletes who strictly want to go to a top program so that they can get to the next level.
And also, if you look at it too, like if someone that is in the arts, let's say someone is a music major or something,
right,
are they prohibited from being in a band and making money from being in a band?
Right.
Or if you're an artist and you want to sell paintings, you're not,
exactly.
You go to school and you can sell your paintings on the weekend or however you want to do it. I mean, but they don't really have that. This team exists only because of the university, and so therefore I play for it. I don't think the coach would be too happy if you're playing on the side with somebody. Plus, you give up your eligibility.
Alex, any thoughts?
Generally, plenty. Well, I don't know. I guess one thing that I was thinking, and the thing is, I don't know too much about lacrosse, and I think that's a common example that I sort of keep drawing myself back to because it's a sport with a high level of athletic talent and competition, but a low level of professional outlets on the back end. And from my limited knowledge of lacrosse, so if I'm wrong, then so be it. It seems to be that a lot of those schools are tied to higher academic achieving schools. So where the competition does exist to excel at a sport that might be more niche on the professional level than basketball, football, baseball, you are able to fall back on the education because those types of schools seems to have tied themselves to sports that don't necessarily lend themselves to a professional outlet on the back end.
Right.
So I guess that's what I was thinking about.
Well, I'm going to carry my example just one step further. As you're seeking your law degree, you work in a law office. Do you give up if you had a scholarship in school, or do you give up your academic? I mean, so you're allowed to pursue your field and work at some capacity in your field and make money. but not an athletics.
I'm allowed to make other people money for the most part in terms of being a law student who can practice for a law firm. Certainly, I could go work for a low stipend or maybe even some type of scholarship that they gave me for a couple $1,000s, which would actually translate into several $1,000s of legal work hours and time. So in the same sense that I would be getting tuition for playing football, law students would be getting tuition for getting their 7-Eleven license and going and working for a stipend. So whether it's an internship, college athlete or whatever, people still take advantage of free labor whenever they can get it, and it exists in really every...
You said 7-Eleven what?
Oh, it's called a 7-Eleven law license. You're allowed to practice law while you're in law school.
I get a Slurpee with that.
Yeah, I thought we can go to 7-Eleven and start practicing law.
Just don't get your glasses from
their solar glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a guy down the street from here, when they had the Eclipse, they were selling those glasses. They were selling for like $2.99. The guy he saw the demand, so he jacked it up to $7.99. Hey, again, he's like, stick them up. I got you. I'm like, dude, come on now.
Well, that's the only turn about fair play, that the 7-Eleven manager is actually sticking somebody up versus the other way around.
He's trying to stick me up. I'm like, dude, come on now. We're busting our tail here. No, it's like, I worked my way through school. I sold hot dogs on the campus of The Ohio State University doing the Oval, and I knew someday it was going to land me here in Saranello's in a working restaurant food area. So, no, I get it. You guys didn't think that was funny? I thought that was hilarious.
We thought you were being truthful for a minute.
Well, I did do it, but it wasn't in the hopes of getting here. Although I love being here.
Do they put ketchup on the hot dogs over there?
No, anybody that came to me wanted ketchup on the hot dogs, I threw it.
You hit him with a rolled up newspaper.
Get out of here.
Tell him mustard and onions or no dice.
You got it. Gabe Salgado. Alex, before we let you go, is there anything you'd like to share with our viewers? What in this, can you help us as far as these teams are concerned? Are you a Chicago fan or
for which sport?
That's what I mean. All Chicago teams?
Royals, Cubs, Bears.
Okay.
Don't care about the Hawks. Don't like the White Sox.
Really?
Not interested.
Why?
Hockey was the only sport I didn't play growing up, and nobody likes the White Sox, so it's okay.
You like the White Sox, though?
No.
Well, you like the Cubs?
Yeah.
I object.
Okay.
This guy's mixed.
I'm neutral on as far as the baseball front goes.
So unfortunately, I'm sorry, timing is everything.
No, absolutely.
Because we had Mark Grody, who pre and post for the Score Sports Radio 670. He was here with us last week and brought the World Series ring. Yeah. So next time we have him on, we'll have you on.
Okay, that would have been.
But now he's doing the Bears. He'll be the pre and post and sideline for the Chicago Bears. Mark Grody, good friend of the program. Well, thank you so very much.
I didn't want to touch, the ring or anything. You guys could touch it. What? No.
That's JC, Jason Zenner, our technical director. He said, hey, he's loyal to the Chicago White Sox. Danny Carlino and I, we're White Sox fans as well. I'm a Chicago fan.
I didn't look directly into the ring, though.
I'm a Chicago fan, but
Raiders
the
of the
Cubs,
Lost Ark,
I'm happy that they were finally able to do it. But the one thing, are you one of those Cub fans that say, hey, we're winners?
No, because... Well, I mean, we are winners, and I was actually thinking about this on the way over here.
We have won.
I sort of expected you guys to ask me who I hate the most, and it would be Cardinals, Packers, and it's not really the White Sox anymore, because that doesn't really seem to exist. That's not really a thing. I remember when there actually used to be a Cubs-White Sox hatred, but that doesn't really, it's not really a thing anymore. So, in terms of that, being a Chicago fan is fine. I would have given you a lot of... I don't even know what
so back and forth.
I
think I think it still exists in some realms, but I think 2016 kind of messed with it a little bit.
My wife is a big.
Everybody's got one.
We're good now.
She's a big
color
Cub
TV that somebody that's alive actually saw.
That's hilarious. She's a big Cub fan, and when the Cubs finally won the World Series, she goes, "We're winners." And I said, "Whoa, wait a minute! Oh, the crowd was stunned." I go, "Wait a minute."
Don't argue with your
I
wife.
go. I go. The last time I heard. Winners is plural. It's like more than one. You won. I know 1908. I get it. But wait a minute. So you got to win multiple to be called winners. The way that I look at it. But you love this. We used to go back and forth because I grew up on the south side. She grew up on the north side. I'm more of a diehard Sox fan. She's definitely a Cub fan. And when they had the heated rivalries, like you talked about, once I forget what year it was. I don't know. I date myself, but. I'll buy myself roses as I take myself home. So the White Sox swept them, I believe, at Comiskey.
And
then
the white.
The white in the crosstown. They swept the Cubs at Wrigley, Comiskey. Then they went over to Wrigley, and they were winning Game 6, and they were up something like 8-3 or whatever, like the 6th inning or whatever. So I'm thinking, wow, Sox got it. They're going to sweep them. So what I did, you'll love this. I got all the brooms in the house. And I went to every place where she would be. In the bathroom, not in the kitchen.
How many brooms do you have?
I got enough of them. I put it in the car, everywhere.
Did she hit you with one of them?
Everywhere. I put it everywhere that she was going to be. In the closet. I was going to put it in the kitchen, but she don't really do much in the kitchen. So,
like I said, did she hit you with one of them?
In the garage. She won't tonight.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm jumping up and down inside. I'm just waiting. And then the Cubs, they spoiled it, and they ended up winning and avoid the sweep. So I had to reluctantly go all around to every spot and collect the brooms, and I had to break it to her. But it was because we used to go back and forth. Man, it was like the Hatfields and the McCoys. Oh boy!
For that, you have to make your screensaver Michael Baird punching AJ Persinski for that one.
Dude, I was at that game. That was crazy. I'm like, what are you doing?
Or you can just get Brian Anderson beating up poor John Mabry. I don't know. He didn't have anything to do with it. He was just there.
Yeah. Or just call Carlos Zambrano and he can clean up everything. Right?
Yeah, he punched Michael Barrett and the Gatorade machine. So
he mopped up the Gatorade with Barrett.
And then he ejected an umpire. You out. Threw the ball.
Everything. Alex, thank you so very much. We appreciate you being on the program. If people want to get a hold of you, how do they find you?
So my law firm is Leone and Kosyla Law. It's myself and my partner Ann Leone. You can Google us, and we have a website, and we have a lovely office manager named Emma who would be happy to take your call. Should I get my number?
Sure.
My number is 773-330-5713.
One more time.
773-330-5713.
Alex Kosyla, thank you so very much. And you guys got very, very fine facilities. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll have you back on. Keep it locked in.
I'd love to.
Folks, keep it locked in. This is the Rewind Sports 60. Streaming live on Facebook Live and broadcasting live from Saranello Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling. Danny Carlino, he is the Italian Stallion. Gabe Salgado, WBBM 780. Ron Gleason's favorite worker over there. Take care of him. Folks, keep it locked in. More sports conversation. And hey, we're going to talk some Academy Awards, Danny Carlino. The Oscars, the 90 Academy Awards taking place later on tonight.
I'm giving a speech. You're just going to cut me off with music?
Oh, yeah, no question about it. We'll see what your favorite music is, your favorite movie is. Keep it locked in, folks. You've got the Rewind Sports 60.
You're watching the Rewind Sports 60. Go Bucks! Woo!
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy, for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Gulf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Folks, the hits just keep coming. Welcome to the Rewind Sports 60. It's the fastest 2 hours in sports conversation, ladies and gentlemen. The fastest 2 hours in sports conversation. We're here every Sunday for Sunday brunch right here at Saranello's Ristorante Italiano. We're 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you happen to miss the best broadcast in the Chicagoland area, I guarantee you, if you happen to miss it, we're streaming live on Facebook Live. You just type in the Rewind Sports 60. Just type it in. You can scroll down. You see yours truly, Jerry Riles, the beautiful Kelly Lee Williams, our comedian, actor, entertainer, Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, Gabe Salgado. You'll see us there. You'll see the beautiful smoke that's right. You can scroll anywhere you want to. You can scroll forward, backwards. I recommend. I do. I highly recommend you start from the beginning and go all the way to the end because it's the best, fastest 2 hours of sports. You don't want to miss a beat. Simply, you don't want to miss a beat.
We're good on the internet.
Definitely. And definitely, check it out. Mark your calendars as well. We're on every Tuesday and every Wednesday on Comcast Access. If you got the big screen, you got Comcast Access. The only downside of it right now at this point, at a particular time, you have to be in the northern suburb of the city of Chicago. Tuesdays, Lake County, Comcast Access, Lake County, 6 o'clock, Channel 17. Channel 17, 6 o'clock, Comcast Access in Lake County. That's all the way up to the Wisconsin border, Zion, I believe even close to Racine, Kenosha, those parts there. That's if you're in the Lake County area. On Wednesdays at 7 o'clock p.m., 7 o'clock p.m. on Wednesdays, Channel 19 and Channel 35 in the near northern area, the Cook County northern suburbs of the city of Chicago, whether you're in Schaumburg, right here in Wheeling, Buffalo Grove, Palatine, wherever you may be, lock it in. It is the Rewind Sports 60, and we got a lot more in store, Kelly Williams. We got a lot more in store coming up, so we want you guys to be a part of what we're doing, a part of the TRS60 family. We welcome you. But definitely get on Facebook. We'll be on YouTube. Follow us. Subscribe to us. Let people know. Let's lock it in. And we're pleased to be joined as we shift gears here. I'm going to pick your brain as far as what's going on in the world of entertainment because today, Sunday, the 90th Academy Awards, the Oscars, taking place. Jimmy Kimmel is the host, and boy, what are some movies that have taken place. Some great movies. But we'll definitely get a chance to talk with our next guest regarding that and many, many other things. Tony, Mr. Waves, Wesley, actor, and he is the founder of I Was That Kid Foundation. Welcome to the Rewind Sports 60, and of course the executive director and your wife, Paula Lucas, executive directors. Welcome, and thank you so very much for joining us on the Rewind Sports 60, man. And I got to tell you, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, and we appreciate you bringing your lovely bride. She's fantastic.
Isn't she?
You guys are like yeah.
And she's the brain. I'm the brawn.
Hey, that's how it works in all of our lives, pretty much. If it's not, something's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But man, oh man, we had an opportunity to meet each other a few weeks ago, man, at an event, and I was really, really impressed with your credentials and your background, and more importantly, with your enthusiasm and your dedication to serving the youth, man. And it's something phenomenal. And you named the foundation I Was That Kid, and now you're out of Brooklyn, New York.
We're based here in Chicago, but we're born and raised out of.
You're born in New York, but you're established here. But share with our listening audience and our viewers how this all came about, because you have quite a story to share.
Thank you very much.
And not verbally, but physically as well.
Yes. Well, it's really we started this organization because we feel like we need to give back. I came from the Bronx, in the 80s, and we did a movie called Beat Street.
Yes.
And it wasn't a whole lot that we were able to accomplish growing up in New York City and then in the Bronx. The Bronx is burning, that kind of mentality.
Yes.
Wasn't a whole lot of sports and activities. So we were gifted with the ability to dance and perform and MC, DJ, music, and that kind of saved a lot of our lives. And that's the difference between what happened in 30 years ago and what's happening now in the inner cities.
Mm-hmm.
So in the cities, there's no I call them street soldiers, role models to get in the streets, to talk to the kids, to pull them in, to show them that there's other opportunities. When you look at the X Factor, when you look at kids that have, at some point in their early childhood, had a crime or battery or maybe smoke a little weed, and it's still on their record today, and how, economics and a high corporate business, they have a zero tolerance for hiring these kids.
Right.
So we try to have them and help them through dance, the power of dance, and more than the power of dance, we try to instill in them, it's all right to make a mistake. You can make a million mistakes. If you realize that you've made a million mistakes, that's your first success. It's always a trigger and a starting point. And so when I team up with my wife, who is very blessed and went through school and went through college and had the opposite of what I went through, it just makes a great team for this foundation.
And as far as Paula Lucas, the executive director, I Was That Kid, joining us on the program as well. How did this come about as far as the mastermind, the brain trust? We joked about the female being the brains behind the operation. Tell us how this originated and how did it manifest into what it is today?
Sure. So Tony was featured in a movie about his life, and through that filming, he talked a little bit and he kept saying, I am that kid. I am that kid who went through this. I am that kid who experienced this. So basically, reaching back and talking to young people saying, yes, I realize where you are now, but realize that I am that same kid that you are today. And so through his words, we have been talking about giving back to the community, doing more things to help diverse students and other students who maybe don't have the means to be able to get out there and learn things and getting into schools. So we decided we wanted to launch this organization using the power of hip-hop and the power of dance, and of course Tony as the mantra person, to get out there and do programming in schools and through community groups to reach back and lift up young people and show them the positive aspects of hip-hop.
Sure.
To give you a little more background on what I went through, I've been in a group home. I've been in a tragedy. I've been shot drive-by. Single family home. I've lived those situations, not a proper education, but was able to come back into the workforce and realize there's a crossroad in life and go into, now I'm blessed with a 6-figure salary. So it's very easy to quit. And every day that you struggle, struggle is good. It's not bad. Struggle is good because it enhances the mind and it grows you. You can survive struggle, then you can be pretty productive in society.
Yeah. It's the old saying is, if it don't kill you, it just makes you stronger. Exactly. What was it in your life that was the turning point that made you, I was that kid? Because most of the kids, I grew up on the South Side. I've worked in the media here in Chicago, particularly in sports, for a number of years, and I've interacted with many different types of people, and I came across a group of young kids in Inglewood, the Austin area, which right now currently that's the high crime rate. And I talked to a lot of the African American young teens in the area, and they said the one thing that's missing for them in their lives is love, and no one will listen to them. They said, talked about the one parent in the household, if they're lucky, right? They don't trust the police. They can't count on the politicians, so they kind of turn to themselves. And many times when there's some type of incident that occurs, the number one thing or the first reaction is to retaliate. The anger and say, exactly, Kelly, eye for an eye. What was it for you that made you say, no, I'm moving past it?
It was opportunity. When you go from the projects and dancing on the streets for your peers. I was downtown one day. I ran into this guy. He says, we're having auditions to dance for the President of the United States. So I went to the audition, and when I went to that audition, I was blessed to become part of that team. The group is called the New York City Breakers. So we danced for Katherine Dunham and Ronald Reagan. I danced for 3 presidents. I've met 2. I've been to the White House. So the turning point was to step out of body. To get to that type of opportunity, it was not real to me to go from the streets of the Bronx to the White House. You know, so that's when it showed me I now have to, I'm blessed. And when you feel like you're blessed and you're achieving something, you work hard every day to do that. But I want to talk to you a little bit about what you said in reference to the kids being angry.
Yes.
Although I had that success, I was angry for many years, 20, 30 years.
Really?
It wasn't until I told my story. And it's on Amazon. It's called Wave, A True Story in Hip Hop. I was able to vent a little bit about my successes, but also my failures. If you don't include your failures in success, you're doomed to relive your failures because you're covering them up. So my documentary speaks to that. But I also learned a valuable piece, and I want all these kids to understand this. You can go from an Adidas suit to a suit. You can be a businessman because you can get you a lawnmower and start cutting lawns. Save your money, then get a squeegee and start cleaning windows, outbid that competitor and save that money, buy you a suit, and you got 2 companies if you get an EIN number. So which is that we're not teaching our young people enough for them to be productive.
Right, here's the counter. And you can talk on this. If I'm a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid in Inglewood on the south side, Bronzeville, Austin area, on the west side, and because remember, a lot of us, we can, you know, well, I didn't, but a lot of kids come up, they can go to McDonald's or Burger King to start their first job.
Of course.
When you offer a kid a job now, they look at you like you know, you're coming from Mars, man. I can make $100 on the corner there slinging, as opposed to $8 an hour.
That's partially true, but when we talk about mentorship and growth, there's a fine line there. And I tell organizations all the time, you can't mentor a child in 8 hours. If you're going to mentor them, put together a 2-week, 3-week program and then merge a bond. See, the streets have merged a bond with these kids.
Right.
So how now are they going to go when they're being told everything is right, then go into an organization where it's controlled, a controlled environment, and then they be expected to not just do their job, but perform at a level that they haven't been able to. How do you go from your house where it's dirty and empty and no food to a situation where you tell everybody, may I help you?
Right.
Have a nice day. So there's still, that's why the foundation is so important. Because we help these kids understand you are for real. You are someone. You can grow yourself. See, if you believe in yourself, then nobody can stop you.
We need many more people like y'all. I teach improv to kids. I'm also an actor, and I'm trying to do my thing. We need every one of us.
Yes,
it takes a village, and it hasn't been doing that. We have to do that much more.
Exactly.
You know what? We're on with Tony, Mr. Wave, Wesley, and of course his beautiful wife / executive director, of I Was That Kid Foundation. You know what? We're going to keep you guys because there's a few more things, and we apologize for any delays, but I want to hear a little bit more from you guys, and we want to talk a little bit about the dancing aspect because, man, I don't know how. Look, folks,
Mr.
keep
Wayne.
it locked in. We're broadcasting, streaming live from Saranello's Ristorante Italiano right here. Keep it locked in. Short time out right back here. You got some Rewind Sports 60.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout, so don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante, is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Gulf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back, guys. The Rewind Sports 60. Kelly Lee Williams. He's a comedian, actor, entertainer, and of course correspondent for the Rewind Sports 60, a new edition. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, and of course we're joined by Tony, Mr. Wave, Wesley of I Was That Kid Foundation, and his beautiful wife and executive director of I Was That Kid Foundation, Miss Paula Lucas. Welcome to the program again. We had to keep you guys over because of the incredible things that you guys are doing. Now, where are you guys located? On the south side or where?
We're based out of the west side of Chicago.
The west side.
We do programming throughout the city.
Programs all around the city. And if you guys don't know anything about it, just go Google I Was That Kid.
I am that kid.
I'm sorry.
Foundation.
I am that kid. We were the kids, but
Yes.
I am the kid.
I'm still the kid. Don't take that away from me.
That's true.
I'm a big kid.
Because we all, I mean, let's get real, because that's what we do here. Real sports, real talk, just plain real. We're African-American males that grew up, whether it's in the Bronx in New York or in Chicago, and it's just a different world, it's a different life, and we've seen things that other people just simply
don't see
and
won't see.
They'll either read about it unfortunately, in the newspaper or read about it in a book. But we've lived some aspect of it, or whatever different level. We've had the experience, we've lived it, and it means a lot to be able to come out of the struggle, as you said, learn from the struggle, and turn that struggle into a positive, and more importantly, take that message and give it back to the younger kids. I am that kid, and I really appreciate what you guys have contributed, and will continue to contribute to make an impact in society.
Thank you very much. You said something earlier about kids not wanting to, no one's listening to them.
Right.
You'd be surprised at the inner city, Inglewood schools, we've been in those schools, how many kids approach you and says, could you look at my artwork? Could you look at my poem? I am a musician. The opportunity is not there, and we're trying to grow that opportunity because that's what's missing. Even though I was in school 30 years ago, there was a band, and there was, in the inner city, there wasn't a playground outside. We didn't see any real opportunity, but you still had some kind of curricular activities, after school program.
Right.
And we're missing all of that. So you have a child get up in the morning, decide not to go to school, or hungry at dinner time, but there's no grocery stores.
Right.
There's nothing there for them to prosper for growth. And that's what I think the disconnect is with rural America and the inner city. It's the challenges around that child's life. It's not just so much just the gangs. They go to the heighten of the gangs, but it's so much more that we're not doing as a nation to support these communities.
Absolutely. They see our faces and they think, oh, well, they're coming from the poor section. They're going to be talking that jive. They're going to be, and they're going to be a little bit under us because they're the inner cities.
Exactly.
And most of the smartest people in this country, in this world, come from the inner cities because they have to be tough. They have to be better. They have to do things twice as hard, 3 times as hard as the others. So it kills me. And just even the inner cities, it's a city, suburb city. That's what they are. It's not, but there's no outer city. There's no city in Mars we're going out here.
It's a city.
I mean, it's a city. Why do we even have to label it like that?
I agree.
Yeah, why do we have to label it like that? And real quick, before we transition and get into a little bit of the Oscars and all that good stuff.
Get out! Get out!
You know, when you're building, you usually have a toolbox.
Yes.
And in building of your life and the foundation, you needed a tool. And your tool, I'm guessing, was dancing.
Yes, it was.
And you used it endlessly to reach your big established mansion right now.
And it allowed me to circumvent, because I didn't have the education, I needed to show my peers and the younger kids you should become an entrepreneur.
Right.
So everything that Mr. Wave does, Mr. Wave owns. And it's not because I want just to be rich, but I want to be the blueprint. You know, and being the blueprint, if I am that kid and I live that life, I need to show success. So on top of me traveling the world, I still work every day.
Yes.
I get up every single day and go to work.
My man.
But I also just started a t-shirt company to support the foundation because money doesn't come easy to our foundation. It's not-for-profit. So, and I brought you guys a t-shirt.
Get out of here.
I need clothes. I like clothes.
I brought you guys a t-shirt.
Don't kill it.
But it's important to become entrepreneurs.
We got some free stuff.
I love free stuff.
So
my free stuff days.
This is the new shirt.
Oh man.
Ooh.
All right. And
Bronx Street.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. Put it up in front of the camera there. There you go.
This is our company, but
there you go.
Part of the proceeds go to the foundation.
Okay.
You know, and it's why it's important for us to generate. And in life, if you own something, you want to build something, it's a hard struggle, but you just keep trying to build it yourself.
It's a grind.
Every day.
It's a grind.
Every day.
It's a grind.
And the kids these days, the millennials, these kids, they don't know what grind is.
Right.
I mean, they think that it should be handed to them. They feel entitled. We should be getting this. And
instant gratification.
Instant gratification, and that comes from the internet. That comes from not being schooled by your parents. We need all the adults, every adult. That even if you don't have kids, you better get out there and help a kid. You know what's going on. We all know what's going on. And we need to do more.
Yes. So real quick, man, before we spring in again, thank you, Tony, Mr. Wade, Wesley, and of course Paula Lucas joining us on the Rewind Sports 60. I Am That Kid Foundation. Man, you got to give us a little bit. Come on, man.
Come on now.
The stage is yours.
Come on.
The Rewind Sports 60, they're looking for you, man. How did you come up with it? Look at, here we go. There you go. How did you come up with that, man? God bless him. God bless him, man.
Hey.
How did you come up with that, man? Was it the president to say? Go ahead.
Bob Hope.
Bob
Hope didn't have any bones.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys got no bones.
Yeah. If you Google Mr. Wave, you'll get a lot of the shows that we've done. The last one I did was for Barack Obama's Easter egg roll.
Yes.
And Michelle gave us letters.
Yes.
Yes, queen.
Very, very nice. But they understand. And one thing, serving off of me, but one thing Barack said when he became president, the parents need to step in. The parents need to step in. Oh, it's going to be a hell of a fight. I don't know if I should say hell of a fight. Well, yeah, I learned because I needed to make that event for the president. Yeah. So I attached popping to waving, and they named me Mr. Wave that day.
There you go, Mr. Wave, ladies and gentlemen. The hits just keep coming. It's the Rewind Sports 60. Thank you so very much, Tony, Mr. Wave, awesome. Wesley, and of course Paula Lucas of I Am That Kid Foundation. Thank you so very much for coming on. We really appreciate it. Outstanding. Keep up the good work, and anything that we can do to help out. You're always a friend of the program and a welcome guest here on the Rewind Sports 60. God bless you guys. Keep up the great work. Keep it locked in. It's the Rewind Sports 60. The hits just keep coming. More in store. Keep it locked in. Streaming live and broadcasting live from Saranello's Restaurante Italiano in the heart of Wheeling. Come on right back, folks.
Good stuff.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout, so don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
back, everyone. I love this, and I hope you guys love it too. This thing is phenomenal. Good to see all you guys. Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60.
You can see them?
Yours truly. It's okay. Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, along with Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio 780, Ron Gleason's right-hand man over there. And, of course, we're pleased and joined. She's with us every single Sunday. And, well, we're going to miss her moving forward because she's got to handle some business on Sunday. So we're going to be, but we love her. She's fantastic. She's Rita Board, co-founder of Sungate Center here in Wheeling. And we talk about corners. Saranello's, we're broadcasting live every Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the corner of Lake Cook Road and Milwaukee Avenue. The Liquor Barn, go on down there and get yourself a nice shot of spiced whiskey right down the corner of Dundee Road and Milwaukee Avenue. And on the other side of Dundee, and Milwaukee Avenue, on the east side of Milwaukee Avenue, Sungate Center. Rita Board, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming on out, and it's always a pleasure to have you on. We miss your other partner in crime. Yeah, Michael Melikov. He has some busy things to take care of as well, but we'll certainly catch up with him moving forward.
He's literally with us in spirit. Right?
He certainly is. He certainly is. And folks, if you haven't heard of Rita or seen her, you can go on and check her out. But she's here with us every Sunday to help us uplift our lives, whether it's body, mind, soul, spirit, physical, whatever it is. Rita Board is the one to get us on that path. And you and I had an opportunity to chat earlier today, and I said, Rita, what do we want to give to our listeners, our viewers today, as far as strengthening themselves and building themselves and making themselves a little bit more well-rounded? And you said, hey, Jerry, let's talk about meditation and relaxation to improve performance and keep their energy field clean.
Absolutely. Good example?
Yes?
Cubs.
The Cubs?
The Cubs in 2016.
So wait a minute. Hang on here. Rita, hang on. This is the Rewind Sports 60,
yes, that's right.
Listen to me. We talk everything. Yes. But when you looked into that camera and you just said Cubs?
Yes, I said Cubs.
Did you hear like a clicking sound?
Of course.
That was the Sox fans. That was the Sox fans leaving.
No.
So listen, we're gonna rewind this because that's what we do. Rewind. So Rita Board here. So Rita, what you have to say is, like the Cubs in 2016 and the White Sox in 2005.
All right. Okay, take it back.
Rewind. Rita Board. So meditation and relaxation to improve your performance and keep your energy clean, to feel clean.
The reason for their winning was meditation and yoga.
Really?
Yes. That was
How do you know?
I've read a lot about it.
Really?
Yes. I got across the good articles about it. They use meditations and yoga to improve their performance. They were calm. They were right in it. They were at the moment.
Listen, I think Jake Arrieta was a yoga guy.
Yeah, he was a leader. Jake Arrieta. He did what we remember. He did a lot of Pilates and yoga, and
I hear more and more sports teams are incorporating that into. Provide some flexibility advantage as well, maybe some injury prevention.
Absolutely, it's like cleaning the clutter. We all have clutters, either at homes, our homes, or at work, or exactly the same way we have clutters in our mind. So by cleaning the clutter, we can be in ourselves and really be in our minds and really have what we need in life.
Here, listen, I'm a man's man. A man has to feel like a man.
And the crowd was stunned. Laughter.
Hey, I was stunned.
Offense.
I was stunned. Hey, I was stunned. It came out of my mouth. Are you kidding me? Hey, Danny,
we'll go with it.
Talk about out of body experience. I looked at myself and say, really? But you talk to a lot of guys, and when you mention yoga, a lot of guys think of it like, like feminine, like soft, like something. I'm not gonna. I mean, break it down for those guys who are think that way?
If I'll tell you that you are in meditation now, and you guys also, you know why?
Why?
Because all you're thinking about is your show. You are here and now. Everyone who is here and now are doing meditations.
No, I'm hearing.
You don't believe me.
Rita, I'm hearing the show.
I know you don't believe me.
I'm hearing the show, but I'm ready for a nice cold one, to be honest with you. That's what
So you're not here.
No,
I'm thinking about.
I see myself in Hawaii on the beach with a nice cold one, just kick back.
No, you're not.
PBR in paradise.
That's a good thing, but you're not.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay. So that's a form of the yoga and meditation.
Well,
when you're in the focus, and when you're as we say in the sports world, like in the zone.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
The Tibetan monks, they would say, you should be in meditation 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're here and now, it's meditation.
Really?
Yes. You don't really have to close your eyes.
How do you get in the here and now all the time? Because
that's
Rita, people, you're working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and the boss is on your back and say, hey, you got to have this report in, you got to have this assignment done, you got to get this taken care of. Then, if you have a family, you have a significant other, you have a dog or whatever, I got to do. Everyone's always programmed to think ahead.
All bad.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that dwell on things as well. So that's how I asked the question, how is it that you can be in the here and now all the time?
Exactly, that's a good question. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Attaboy!
It starts with practice.
And how do you practice that?
You start with practice 5 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
Just get the time in the morning when you get up, sit down. Don't even have to close your eyes first. You can take a deep breath 5 times. And then you close your eyes. Then you're more relaxed.
Okay.
But 5 minutes of sitting down inside you, going into yourself. It's a good start.
But it is a good start. Most people are gonna start thinking about something else or fall asleep.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Have you?
The most important thing that you're giving yourself 5 minutes.
But that's why you need to practice maybe a little bit. So the next time you do it, you don't fall asleep or start thinking about it.
Exactly. 5 minutes in the morning, then 5 minutes in the evening before you go to sleep. Then you stretch it to 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, 24/7.
No, I've tried the meditation thing, and I still kind of practice it. Now, we're on with Rita Board. She's a co-founder of Sungate Center here in Wheeling, located on the corner of Milwaukee Avenue and Lake Cook Road. But I've tried the meditation thing. I also did this one thing. I can't remember exactly the name. Yeah, I did that as well. I also did this one where you would go into a quiet room, not necessarily dark, and you sit Indian legged, no offense to the Indians out there, but
Native American.
Okay, yeah, Native American legs or whatever. And this particular practice of meditation, you were taught to go as far back in your life, as far back into your life, as deep as you could, as far as to your childhood, whatever you could remember, and then pleasant things, and then the unpleasant things, and then you were told to, now help me out with this, Rita, you were told to imagine all yourself being crushed, stumped, and just flat as just all the time, to kill you shake your head.
Because there's hundreds types of meditation.
Right.
And they're guided meditations, they're music meditations, hundreds. You don't have to follow any of them. You can choose your own, whatever it is.
Okay.
Just be here and now.
Okay. So.
Whatever resonates with you, with everyone.
We're all different. Yeah, I'm here now, right now. I'm here now.
We are here and now.
I'm practicing. I'm here and now. What else can you share with us as far as meditation and relaxation to improve your performance and to keep your field clean? You used the example of the Cubs. I don't know so much about the White Sox when they won in 2005, but teams that seem to struggle, is that a perfect example of them not in the zone, so to speak, as far as meditation and relaxation?
Yes, that's one of the reasons I cannot go around all the reasons, but that might be one of the reasons why they cannot perform well. Because every physical exercise, after every physical exercise should follow the relaxation. Then the healing process comes. Then we come our mind.
So in the world of sports, and we know they're the heroes and the GOATs, not the greatest of all time, but the guy who didn't do so well. Very, very difficult for him to let that go. How do you do that? Again, I know you practice, but how do you do that when the real life approaches you and hits you?
Start from something, even 2 minutes.
Okay.
Even just get into the positive mode.
Okay.
Cancel whatever is bad. Just say it to yourself. Cancel, delete. Cancel, delete.
Hey.
And then change to the positives.
Reboot.
Computers. We reboot computers. We clean computers. Stay with our mind.
Hey.
Yes.
Did you see Black Panther? Kelly, she's that's what they in Black Panther. No.
Group outing.
Hey, Rita Board, thank you so. Yeah, Rita Board, and it is the 90th Academy Award. Thank you, Danny. The big bucket 90th Academy Awards, the Oscars tonight. Make sure you tune in. Jimmy Kimmel. We got some clips running for Rita Board. Anything for our listeners and viewers before we let you go, and it's always a great pleasure to have you join us.
Just come visit us. We're at the corner when doesn't know what it is. Rewind.
Keep it locked in. Rita Board, you're the best. Sungate Center, co-founder along with Michael Melikov. They are fantastic, and they're always going to come and give you something to help you improve your life. And we're always going to come and give you something every Sunday brunch. We want you to come on down here to Saranello's at Ristorante Italiano. Dig in. We got to get to our boy Derek McIntyre before we say goodbye. The folks, hey, the hits just keep coming, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it locked in. Facebook Live, streaming live. You've got the Rewind Sports 60. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the...
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break of the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Mr. Rante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Mr. Rante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. Portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Mr. Rante in Wheeling.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. And of course, we're broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling. Fastest 2 hours of sports broadcasting, folks. If you missed any portion of it, go to the Facebook page. You guys scroll down, you can watch the entire 2 hours, or you can take it in segments. 10 minutes, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes there. Darren McIntyre, come on in here, man. This guy is ready, chomping at the bit. We appreciate him. He is the best in the business. We love him. This guy gets it done over here at the Omelet and Meat Carving Station. We're also joined by the man of the hour, the man on the street, Marty-B. Back on the busy street, back on the program, and of course, Marver, Danny, Marver, our high school IHSA basketball guru, man. The hits just keep coming. But before we get into the basketball conversation, gentlemen, definitely my main man, McIntyre, Mr. Derek McIntyre. How's everything going at the carving station?
So far, so good. We just need more people to attend. Why don't y'all come on out here and join this brunch and this TV show with us? You know, great food here.
Yeah. There you go. The hits just keep coming, Mr. McIntyre. I tell you, it's smelling really, really good, brother. I mean, you got let the folks know who. If they're first time tuning in to the Rewind Sports 60, first time seeing our broadcast from Saranello Ristorante Italiano here in Wheeling, what can they expect at the carpet station?
Well, like I said once before, you can come into a great atmosphere, friendly people, great service. It'll make you come back for more, you know.
But what about the food?
The food is lovely here. We got like 5 stars or something going on here. You know, the waiters, the waitress, you got hostess, you got 5, 6 banquet halls, party all day, all week. Just come on down.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. But the beef, but the one thing I'm really fond of is the beef.
The New York strip?
Oh,
the best. From 10 to 2?
Oh!
All day?
Every Sunday.
You ain't got to go home.
No, stay here.
Eat all you can eat.
All you can eat.
We got the man up. We got smoked turkey over there, New York strip. We got gravy for both. We also got fun-loving mashed potatoes.
Fun-loving.
Then we got a waffle bar with fun-loving waffles, fun-loving toppings. We also got the omelet station. You can make it any way you like to make it.
Any way you like it. Hey, man, you the best, brother. And real quick before we spring you, it's March Madness, man. Basketball is in the air. Whether it's the pro ranks after the All-Star break, whether it's the collegiate ranks, the Big Ten tournament taking place this week, a number of other tournaments and the big tournaments taking place next week, heading into Selection Sunday. And of course, high school basketball. What have you been able to check out in the past week or so, and what are your thoughts?
Well, I haven't been able to check out, but I'm looking for some great competition. Maybe a good guard or a center coming out. You know, our Bulls in the selection of top 10. Hopefully, they can keep on dropping games or whatever. Well, you know, we drive somebody good. We can get a great fan base all over again. You know, I don't know about the high school. You know, but I got my buddy here. He gonna do high school and college, and he'll let us in on who's the up and coming star. You know, we need to know that.
And no better way than to segue into Dan of Marvelous Marver. He is our high school basketball gurus, girls, and of course, guys. Hey, Derek, you're the best, brother.
Well, thank you.
It up. Save me some of that beef over there, man.
Yes, sir.
They can help me out.
Yeah.
I could be Marver the Carver.
Hey,
well, you guys come on down, man.
Double duty Ratcliffe. Hey, Marvelous Marver the Carver. Hey, real quick. So, thank you, Derek.
Yes,
Dick,
sir.
my good brother. Hey, Dad. I don't even know what to call you, Danny.
Okay.
Marvelous Marver.
Don't call me late for supper.
No, certainly don't want to do that. What's the latest? I mean, a lot of basketball action taking place.
I'm really excited.
Take
This
it
is
away.
I'm telling you, today's the day. You got the college, you got the Big Ten tournament, you got Michigan and Purdue coming up at 3:30 today. And right now, I'm keeping an eye here in Illinois State and Loyola. What's going on right now?
Yeah.
Missouri Valley, they're only going to get one bid. That's the college. And of course, the Big East starts Wednesday, where Paula will play against Marquette, and that will probably be the end of their season. But you never know. You never know. And then, the Mid-American is in this area too, Northern Illinois, is playing on tomorrow, Monday. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But for the high schools, shout out to the two winners yesterday. You got Geneva, who won the 4A, and then 3A went to Peoria Richwood. And so those are your winners and the girls. Now the boys, the 4A and the 3A are down to 32 teams each. And this week, you're going to get down to 8 teams by Friday. So they're actually in each of the 4A, there's going to be 4 super sectionals. The group that's feeding into Hoffman Estate Sears Center on March 13th is the Maine East and the Lake Zurich sectional, which I've been talking about in the past weeks. Now they're down to the sectionals. And the form held in Maine East. Everybody won that was supposed to. You had New Trier, you had Niles North, you had Evanston and Loyola all won on Friday. So they're going to be playing, Evanston plays Loyola on Tuesday, and New Trier plays Niles North on Wednesday. So and those are the 4 favorites. The winners will play. Now, good luck getting a ticket to Maine East if Evanston plays New Trier on Friday. It seats, I don't know if it seats more than 1,000 people, and each school has like 4,000 students.
But guess who's a personal invite of the AD at Maine East?
Yes, sir.
I'll be
Dan
there.
Marver.
I'll be there. I took care of that.
Oh, yes.
There was only one upset in the Lake Zurich group. Stevenson lost, so Frem beat them.
Okay.
So now it's going to be Barrington playing Frem and Lake Zurich playing Libertyville. It's a doubleheader at Lake Zurich. Lake Zurich has the home field advantage, and they're playing Libertyville. Now, there was a lot of exciting games there. This guy, Drew Peterson, no connection to
Okay, all right.
He hit the last second shot against Conant, and then the Lake Zurich beat Warren, Barrington beat Palatine, and Stevenson lost to Frem. So, in the Lake County area, that's part of your coverage. That's what's going on there in Lake Zurich on Tuesday. It's a doubleheader. So, there's no game Wednesday at Lake Zurich. At Maine East, it's Tuesday and then Wednesday. Just so nobody shows up and there's no game,
Right.
That would be bad. So that's what's going on there. So, that's by next Sunday at this time, we'll only have 18 left. Right now we have 32. And form is held, like I say, I was personally at the New Trier Prospect game Friday, and there was a 53-35 New Trier win. I had a friend of mine over, he said Evanston was strong, they beat Notre Dame 66-51, Loyola beat Maine South 48-29, and Niles North beat a good St. Viator team 68-60. So those are the scores from Friday. So you can see this heating up, and I'm ready. I'm going to be at Maine East.
Marty.
All week, yes.
Marty, what do you have as far as the notes from any high school action that you've come across from what you've been able to hear?
Oh, yes. Well, Jerry, I'm quite a follower of Glenbrook North.
Yes.
Our season ended quite abruptly. To a Prospect game that I was amazed that New Trier beat Prospect as handily as they did.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. They've got some big guys that know what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What have you? I know you've been a very busy guy. You've been taking care of a lot
I
of
apologize to our listening audience, our viewing audience.
Yeah. Anything on the horizons as far as what Marty's been able to check out?
Oh, yes. Next week, if all goes well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the second place finishers of the girls bowling tournament.
Awesome.
We're going to have those girls here with their coach. Yes. With their coach.
They're lovely young ladies. I love them.
Oh, yeah. They want to come next week. And I wanted to invite them on a day when I could be here to host them along with you and Dan. And we've got Mark Dvorak who's looking at his schedule to come and play some great music for us. So in the ensuing weeks, we'll be putting all this together.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, Marty, because we know in a couple of weeks is St. Patrick's Day. That's on Saturday, March 17th, as it always falls on March 17th. But this upcoming year, it's on Saturday. We do our broadcast every Sunday. So we're going to get a jump on St. Patrick's Day. Our Sunday show next week will be the theme of St. Patrick's Day. And boy, do we have a lot in store for you, so you don't want to miss it. Make plans. I don't know if you're familiar with the Highlanders, but they're the bagpipers.
Yes.
They will be joining us live at Saranello's Ristorante Italiano next Sunday at 11 o'clock right here. Make your reservations. Come on down. Stop by and see Derek McIntyre. We're located right here in Wheeling on the corner of Lake Cook Road and Milwaukee Avenue. The Highlanders, bagpipe and all, man. And we got some more hits on store for you. So, Marty, you're absolutely right. There's a lot in store. We don't want anyone to miss
We don't want you to miss a minute of Saranello's on a Sunday.
Thank you so very much. Any closing thoughts before we say goodbye?
Just saying, again, it's really March Madness, so don't get too carried away.
The next 3 weeks is going to certainly be mad. Folks, thank you so very much for watching. The fastest 2 hours of sports conversation right here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Thanks to Marty-B, our man on the street. Of course, Danny, marvelous. Marver, Rita Board. She is the lovely, talented, inspirational co-founder of Sungate Center in Wheeling. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. Gabe Salgado. Tony, Mr. Wave. Wesley and his beautiful wife and executive director, Paula Lucas of I Am That Kid, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, attorney Alex Kosyla of Leone and Kosyla Law Firm in the city of Chicago. On behalf of the crew here at Saranello's, yours truly, Jerry Riles, Kelly Williams, the the comedian, and of course, entertainer, actor, for everyone here. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the week, and we'll see you guys back here next week. Take care, everybody. So long.
Is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. The Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello, Mr. Rodney in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program for rentals, studios, lessons, repairs, and installation. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program for rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Saranello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program from rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio System Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday